Sakshita, the big question here is how are they going to get Prajwal Revanna back, and also about how the Karnataka government has told, in fact, has written to the Prime Minister's office saying that his diplomatic passport also must be cancelled. The kind of immunity that he enjoys, that must be done away with. That too is a matter of procedure, isn't it?
That's right, Sneha. Now that HD Revanna has been arrested in this particular case, the focus will also be on what happens to Prajwal Revanna. Remember that he's promised that he will return to the country, be in Bengaluru and join the SIT investigation on May 15th. So just about 10 days away from that. But now will he change his strategy, seeing how his father's been taken into custody almost as soon as his anticipated plea was shot down. In all likelihood, Prajwal was mulling a similar legal strategy of coming down here, yes, appearing for investigation, but ensuring that he applied for anticipatory bail so he isn't taken into custody. It's not looking good for him because remember that while his father has been named in the FIR, so has Prajwal Revanna. The kind of tapes that have emerged largely also were allegedly shot by Prajwal Revanna. We're talking about 2,000 plus, nearly 3,000 of these videos, Neha, believe it or not. And many of them feature HD Revanna as well. Just to quickly clarify on something I said earlier about the FIR that was registered against HD Revanna, based on which he's been arrested today, that's a separate case. What's happened today is to do with the kidnapping case against HD Revanna and Prajwal Revanna. One of now a multitude of cases against this father-son duo. And this case, again, extremely chilling details really that have emerged, Sneha, of exactly how or what happened to this victim here. Now, the son is the one who had filed a complaint. Once all of this had emerged and this tape started going viral, he had approached the police on May 2nd. And his allegation was that his mother was kidnapped, was abducted, because she was someone who was seen in the videos because she was sexually harassed by the father-son duo. So she was kidnapped to keep mum. Imagine the scale of damage here, the number of victims, and then the attempts to go ahead and ensure it never came out, with all of these tapes doing the rounds and that video of the victim going viral. Apparently HD Revanna and Prajwal Revanna's aides and family members did everything they could to hush it up, and that included actually abducting some
Just coming back to you in a moment from now, Akshita, Ramesh Babu of the Congress Party is also now joining us. Ramesh Babu, in fact, we had a word just a few moments ago with the BJP, and they say the Karnataka government sat on it. And now they've arrested HD Revanna, which is great, but all this while they sat on it. How do you respond?
You see, it is a heinous crime committed by Mr. Prajwal Revanna, sitting parliament member of JDS, and he is the partner of NDA. Even complaint filed against Mr. Revanna about the kidnapping of the women and other allegations in respect of 376 of IPC. Naturally, he moved for anticipatory bail and this bail application has been rejected. Very particularly, we have to notice here, the victim also belongs to the same community and they are playing the Polish politics in Karnataka, and it is the rarest of rare case in Indian history of politics. Here, the several women affected by the Mr. Revanna as well as Mr. Prajwal Revanna filed complaint and SIT is doing the investigation. It is the process of investigation in the crime. Nobody can involve and nobody can object it. The SIT is at a free hand to proceed against the accused as well as to protect the interest of victims. So how the BJP as well as the JDS is going to defend the act committed by the Prajwal Revanna and Mr. Revanna in this case, we don't know. The state government of Karnataka has ordered for the SIT after received the complaint by the State Women Commission. After the formation of the SIT, they are doing their duty, and the BJP as well as the JDS simply playing the politics in this case, and they are supporting Mr. Revanna as well as Prajwal Revanna in this case.
How is the Congress government now going to get Prajwal Revanna back is the big question here, because he has a diplomatic passport and you need a court order to get that cancelled. I understand the Chief Minister of Karnataka has in fact written to the Prime Minister's office saying that the diplomatic passport that he has should be cancelled.
Of course, the SIT knows the provision of the Criminal Procedure Code as well as the Indian Penal Code and as well as the foreign rules framed in this kind of criminal cases. They are doing their own course and they are going to take the permission from the court, and definitely already they announced a lookout notice against the accused. Here we have to protect the victims and we have to give priority to the victims. At the same time, they are going to follow the provisions of law, and definitely they will take if the permission is required from the central government or whatever it may be. According to the provision of law, definitely they will proceed against the accused.
Right. Ramesh Babu, I'm going to thank you for joining us. Well, we have a big developing story this evening. HD Revanna has now been arrested by the SIT, and my colleagues are tracking this thoroughly. Akshita Nandgopal, Nabila Jamal is also with us. Anaga is with us as well. Sagai Raj and Nagarjun Dwarkanath. I'm going to go across now to Nabila. For more on that, Nabila, the fact of the matter is that these videos have surfaced, just putting everybody to shame. But the politics on this still continues, with the BJP pointing fingers at the Congress and vice versa here.
You know, Sneha, more than the politics, I think it's the gravity of these allegations here. As we see, HD Revanna is the first to be arrested even before his son. Remember, it's not just about the sexual videos or the obscene videos that have gone viral. There's also a case of kidnapping that's been leveled against HD Revanna, who's been multiple MP from Holenarsipura of the JDS. He's the son of former Prime Minister HD Deve Gowda. Ideally, they are the first political family of Karnataka who draw roots from Karnataka's Hassan Mandya areas. In fact, their party itself have gained momentum with the farmers' movement. So they're ideally the face of the farmers, face of the poor. Supporting the poor farmers largely has been their campaign, which is why they have that kind of clout in Karnataka and that support. So with that clout, HD Revanna and Prajwal Revanna, allegations are still, of course, being probed. But if these allegations are proven, then they've brazenly violated women's modesty. Since 2019, allegations have surfaced, and it's only now that these allegations have been taken seriously and an investigation has been launched. Remember, these videos could date back to up to 10 years that have been found on Prajwal Revanna's phone, allegedly. Now, while that said, his father has been accused of kidnap in just the last week. It's shocking that after these allegations surfaced, after an SIT team was set up, then a lady was whisked away from her home in the middle of the night with her son frantically looking for her, filing a complaint that my mother has been missing, that a man who represented HD Revanna came to my house and threatened my mother, saying that your face is also in that video. If at all the SIT gets it, then you're going to be taken into police custody, so you need to disappear. That's what he's written in his complaint elaborately against HD Revanna, claiming that HD Revanna is the man who has gotten my mother kidnapped. And in fact, the mother was taken away from the house a few weeks earlier, brought back to the house and left her back with the family. And then when the video went viral again, the person who represented HD Revanna, Satish, his name is, allegedly comes back to the house and takes the mother away, and she wasn't traceable for nearly 4 days. Now, latest information has it that the lady has finally been traced and she's been brought back home. She's now going to be speaking to the special investigation team right now, and also very keenly observed that he had applied for anticipatory bail, and that too hasn't been approved. It was rejected immediately, and right after it was rejected, we believe that the SIT team reached HD Deve Gowda's house and they've arrested him.